Norman MacLeod, 241 Sand Road. Gentlemen, in this economy we have families under stress, and families under stress require the expenditure for public services that come out of the taxpayer funding. I want to throw something your way. School lunches, I have heard from one of the school districts that they used to perk along the free school lunches for fully subsidized lunches, and now breakfast and maybe soon dinners, have been perking along 20–25% of the kids in the school. In that school system in this county, over 2/3 of those kids were on fully subsidized lunches this year. That shows you that there are families under economic stress, and they were probably now able, because of those free lunches, to be able to pay the electric bill or the water bill. One of the commissioners from the PUD tells me that they are seeing an enormous increase in the number of people they are required by law to shut off because they can't pay their bills. And that is one of the basic bills, and if you can't pay that bill, you got nothing. We have a permit backlog in this county. You all belong to the party that claims to be for the little guy. As members of that party, you have within the scope of your roles and authorities the ability to require that those permits be processed expeditiously. I suggest you start with those permits where you can determine that those applicants have the builder ready to go, so that you can put a good chunk of our employment back to work for family wage earners. You will also be able to reap the benefit of the sales of the lumber and materials for those building projects. You need that. You need that desperately. The federal government is reneging on the things that it owes you. Payment in lieu of taxes. There's a 2-line little statement on the Department of Interior's website about how that's been delayed. And you're promised that that will come soon. There's no definition for soon. They can't pay you. Obviously, there's a problem. You need to fix things locally where you have the ability to do so. Get those folks back to work. Medicaid, our governors are all racing back to Washington. The Medicaid promises they were given for funding have failed. There's a problem. We need to fix it locally. Get this Band-Aid in place, and while that Band-Aid is being put in place, get some real economic development happening here. More studies is simply kicking the can down the road, and your county and your people cannot afford it.
Thank you, Norm. Not to take away from your points, that there is help for people with water bills at the PUD that they can refer people to. So just want people to know that. Anybody else this morning?